Hey everybody, welcome into The Arena, a multi-platform gaming news podcast. This is episode 184. I'm your host, Expat, along with my co-hosts, Burley of Burleman Gaming and Turn-Based Carl, and our contributors to The Arena Productions, Fubu87 and Leah the Hatless. Got a full crew again this week, so welcome on in, everybody, and hope all of you are having a great weekend so far. And yeah, man, here in Japan, it's just we've got this typhoon that's slowly moving through Japan, especially in the western part of Japan. And just want to say, out in the Kyushu area in western Japan, those that have been affected by the flooding and everything, our hearts go out to you and all and stuff like that. So, but anyway, how are you all doing? Burley, how is it in Canada this week?
It's been a warm week. The warm weather has returned. Like this morning, it was all thunderstorms and really raining this morning. Mm-hmm. But now that's all gone, and now it's like 28 here, and then like with the humidity, it feels like 32 degrees out here.
I see. So Carl, in New York, there is it about like 75, 80 degrees out there still? Yeah.
75, nailed it.
Perfect. Yeah.
We got football season's going to start soon.
Yes. Can't wait.
At the local hardware store, they got the table set up,
nice.
Like the folding table.
Nice.
And since Halloween stuff is out, also they've got like the giant skeleton like on the table,
cool.
And the table's broken, like you smashed the table.
Yeah. Out here in Japan, it's of course September 1st out here now, but I'm so excited for the NFL season to start. Yeah, go Niners! Hopefully, we'll make the Super Bowl again this year. So really excited for that. So, Fubu and Leah out there in Madeira, it's how's the weather and what kind of sports? When it comes to football, I guess the season soccer. Is that still going? Well, Americans call it soccer. Come on, around the world it's football. Come on.
That's I'm mad. My team was playing like crap, and finally we fired our coach. Finally, that guy. Finally, since half of last season, we were saying fire the guy. Now the season starts. The market closes on the 2nd of September. Mm-hmm. We sold a bunch of players because the coach didn't want those players, and now we fired the coach, and we sold good players because the coach didn't want them. So that's pissing me off. And weather, it's getting a bit chilly, as you can see. It's getting chilly.
Finally.
Yeah, I'm wearing the hoodie because I've got the air conditioner going on. So after about an hour or so, it gets pretty cool in here. So where I am here. So Leah, how about for you?
Yeah. Well, I'm okay, I guess. I took a nap on the couch this afternoon. Nice. Watched an Oscar movie, The Anatomy of a Fall. It was pretty cool. Film. I really liked it. But it has the best performance of a dog ever in a movie. I highly recommend you guys watching it. I feel like it has an open ending, so it's up to you to kind of decide what happened. Basically,
nice.
Very interesting. I can see why it was nominated for an Oscar for sure.
Nice.
So the dog kills everyone and rules the world. Got it.
Got it. Perfect.
Burley's warped mind and his warped way of thinking. Gosh,
I can't
great way to
Burley.
start off the show, man.
I went to his stream and said Outlaws was 10 out of 10 because you can pet the little lizard. So
Yeah.
two peas in a
Yeah.
pod, as they say.
Exactly.
So welcome on in, everybody, and of
Banthas,
course,
right?
yeah. So you can also listen to us over on Spotify. The link is below there. So go and check out our show if you're on the go and listening to an audio podcast. Check out the Arena Productions on Spotify. We're over there now. So yeah, we got a great show for you. We're going to be talking about the Nintendo Direct, a bunch of stuff that they announced during that. But actually, I think Burley, the main Direct is coming this month, right? I think that's usually what Nintendo does. They throw out an Indie World showcase, and then in September is like the big Direct coming up, right?
Well, normally, but in the case of this, we got it was a big Direct. We had their partner showcase Direct and the Indie Direct. So I don't really think we're going to hear from Nintendo really too much. We may get a smaller Direct to focus on, on Zelda and Mario Party. Because those are their two big titles at the end of this month and middle of next month.
Yeah.
I think it might be coming because why put the indie and the partner in one? They're usually separated. They're not really together. Like it's either indies or a partner direct, and it's never the two to combine.
Yeah. See, I was going to ask
Tokyo Game Show is coming. Sorry,
if
Carl.
they've ever done that before.
I don't
They
think
usually
so.
don't. They've done it like once. They did it one other time, but it was God, how many years ago? Like at least 5-6 years ago, at least.
Yeah. Then to me, this feels kind of like it's like the last hurrah before the Switch, before we get the Switch 2 stuff. But then, like, I don't know, we're going to see Switch 2 this year.
Game Awards.
Yeah, it could be. That's a possibility.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Nintendo likes to do their own thing, so I'm not sure they would do that either.
Supposedly this Direct was different from Japan than it was for the rest of the world. There were like extra things. So I don't know. Tokyo Game Show is starting to feel like a big place to announce the Switch.
Well, obviously Nintendo caters to the Japanese market out here. I think in October you have the museum opening, the Nintendo Museum, and go and check out the video on YouTube. Miyamoto-san gives like a 30-minute tour of the inside of the museum. It's really, really cool. So check that out. They're going to be doing that, and then either the Game Awards or I think probably January is when they're going to probably announce, or show what the new Switch looks like. I don't think we're going to get it anytime in the fall, but we shall see.
Expat, you might get that PS5 Pro at TGS.
No.
I'm
telling you right now. They're just rumors, man.
Rumors say it'll be announced next month, though.
I don't think so.
September tomorrow. Or
I
yours
don't.
probably already
released on December.
I don't think so. I think this is just a bunch of clickbait type of
Really?
Yeah, I don't think it's happening yet. If at all at the moment. So
all I've
we'll
seen.
See, but I'm very, very skeptical. Yeah, go ahead, Leah.
Me too, because they showed that it looked like an Adidas. The three stripes followed the side of the console.
Yeah, they were showing Kojima playing Death Stranding 2, and then like in the corner there's like a little circle because there's like something covered on the side. It's like, come on, man. It's like, give me a break.
I would not be surprised if that was just the way it looked. But, the three stripes there. That's kind of. I don't really think they're gonna put in much more effort to like really change the shape. And if it's gonna be digital only, and it has to also accommodate the disk drive that they made, which makes sense, right? It's gotta be similar shape.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, let us know in the comments. What do you think? Do you think we're getting the PS5 Pro soon? Like, at TGS? We shall see. It'll be interesting. But I'm really excited for the Yakuza announcement coming up on the 20th. They're doing they're doing a live stream for that. And Burley, it's going to be Judgment 3. I'm telling you.
Kaito's Revenge.
Judgment 3, yes, it's going to be Judgment 3, including Kaito, and we're going to be talking about it during the Nintendo Direct.
3.
Yeah, because that's coming to Switch. Yeah, we're going to be talking about that during the Direct. Yeah, that's right.
They got to build up to 3 on the Switch.
Yeah,
3 will be Switch 2 launch title.
Day 1 Switch 2.
Yeah. So we're going to be talking about Star Wars Outlaws. We got the reviews in. Burley's been playing it. We're gonna talk about his thoughts, and we have an extra take that we'll talk about during the programming notes. So we got a lot of stuff to talk about with Outlaws, Square Enix. Some big news from them talking about the Final Fantasy series and coming to Xbox and so forth. We're going to be talking about Visions of Mana. The news that broke on that, and a lot of other stuff here on the show today. So, let's jump right into it. Let's go ahead and get into the Direct. So I will go ahead and open up the screen here. This is over from Polygon. So the first announcement we got was the Tetris announcements here. So what did you guys think of that part of the Direct, getting all these Tetris games included?
That's cool.
Yeah.
I mean, Tetris, it can never really go wrong with Tetris, and like combining a whole different games. And I thought it was really interesting that they had like this almost like player versus player, where every stage is like a different type of Tetris. So it could be challenging. It could be really interesting competitions if you're like moving between different styles. I know. I love Tetris. It's always fun.
Yeah.
The first Tetris I played was in the little Game Boy that only had Tetris. Right. And I love that game. So.
Yeah. So you can see here all the different Tetrises. Yeah, all this retro. I mean, if you're a fan of retros,
I've never seen most of these Tetris games.
Yeah, because a lot of them were out here in Japan, Carl. So.
Yeah, I see that.
Yeah.
It's funny enough, the Game Boy Tetris, which was one of the best selling because they sold it with the original Game Boy, is only in the Tetris Warp mode in the one thing. They didn't put that as a standalone game, and that to a lot of people that have played Tetris, that was the first version or the version they really put a lot in. So it's really odd that you're going to put it for that, but not fully just bring the ROM and dump the ROM in. Bring it over. That's
the one that I played.
Yeah.
But the NES one,
I played the
a nice look to it.
Good.
Yeah. Good stuff.
Well, that's weird. This better be like $20, right?
No, full price. $70. Yeah. Pay for it.
Come on, Carl. It's Nintendo. Of course, they're gonna make it full price. Yeah, right. Pretty much.
It's gonna be around 40, right?
It's gonna be around 40 like US.
Yeah.
I mean, like,
okay, I'll throw it out there. It'll be 30.
Okay. You're right in the middle there. The Tetris isn't first party Nintendo though, right? It's like, could be good, reasonable price.
Could be, but let's not kid ourselves.
So we got Star Overdrive and then Goat Simulator 3. So
I forgot what Star Overdrive.
That was not on my bingo for 2024. A revival of Goat Simulator. Well, like, what is happening? It's weird, a remake. Yeah. It's coming to Switch.
This year is the year of the squirrel, not the Goat Simulator.
No, it's not, Fubu. It's about SpongeBob SquarePants. Yeah.
No, it's Patrick.
The year of the starfish.
Because it's Patrick's game.
Fitness Boxing 3, we got that as well. So
yeah, there you go. Another workout game.
Workout game.
No, not good.
Yeah, they got one with Hatsune Miku too. Hatsune Miku.
Yeah, I'm not surprised on that.
Yeah. Capcom Fighting Collection too. So yeah.
See, that's awesome. All right. because there's so many cool stuff games. Like Capcom vs SNK 2 is fantastic. I love that game. Street Fighter Alpha 3 is fantastic. Project Justice is the sequel to Rival Schools, which I think was only on Dreamcast. So that's kind of like a difficult one to get. And then Power Stone 1 and 2, super cool. Really good collection.
I have not played those Power Stone games, but I remember watching some of the anime episodes way back in the late 90s. I've always heard good things about those fighting games, so I will definitely pick up that collection at some point.
Yeah, Power Stone's like a party brawler, pretty much. I played a lot of Power Stone 2. I had that on here.
Okay.
There you go.
You know what was missing? I wanted some Pokemon. And for some reason, I wanted to bring some Pokemon in. So,
Fubu, you're not getting Pokemon. You're not getting Pokemon until November
already
or something like that.
Already a Snorlax. Let me get my Master Ball.
That would be
you need bigger Pokeballs for that,
too,
man.
so.
Marvel vs. Capcom, collection, arcade classics,
But that got a release date, right? Digital,
yeah,
and then physical in November. See, I hate when they do that. It's like
Yeah.
if you're a physical person who really wants that, because I think that's a really cool game collection to have a physical copy of, and you don't get it for a couple of months.
For 2 months later. This is something Nintendo has done a few times. Like they did it with the Metroid Prime remastered. They're like, here you go, it's out today. You want physical? You wait a couple months. Same with when they did Pikmin 1 and 2, they ported those over. They're like, yeah, you wait. You want a physical? Tough shit.
Burley, it's about time to do the force choke because Fubu, he's like covering his face with Pokemon stuff. Yeah. So.
Okay, see, he's learning. As soon as you say that, and I start getting my who knows?
No, okay, I'm just messing with you.
Okay,
I know
so
Char is loving all this.
Yeah, well, welcome on in, Char. So now help me with the pronunciation on this next game. Atelier Yumiya. I think that's
I believe.
Yeah, I think it is. The Alchemist of Memories and the Envision Land. So,
that was
that's
a cool
the title
trailer.
for the rest of the world, probably.
I have never played any of these games. I don't know anything about this franchise, but nicely done. The team. Who is this developed by? Is it? I forgot. Is it Tecmo or Koei maybe? But they announced
Tecmo?
They announced on like threads. They were like, oh yeah, it's the first time this franchise is coming to Xbox. I'm like, cool. All right.
There you go. You got the house stuff for Leah. You got the monster combat for Carl.
Yeah.
So the two of them should be able to tag team this extra take next year when this is done.
I have no
nice
clue
visual
what you're talking about. I don't know what I never played any of these Atelier games, so I have no idea.
No. There are a lot of them. I've seen a lot of them on sale on the PSN. So it's like a very big franchise. I don't know if they're all connected. I'm gonna assume no, but there's a lot of these types of games. I don't know. Maybe I remember these Alchemist games. I've seen a bunch of them.
Here's another good one. Suikoden.
Yeah.
Suikoden 1 and 2 HD remaster, Gate Rune and Dunan Unification Wars. So that's coming.
Really hyped for this.
Yeah,
I love Suikoden. So good.
so
I've never played them. I can't wait to try them. I've heard such good things about these games.
Coming March 6, 2025. So yeah.
Yeah, good. They finally got the release date on this. This is multi-platforms, coming to everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, good stuff. Yeah. Very, very Sea of Stars type Burley. Yeah. Yeah.
This, I think it's the second one. You can collect up to 101 characters to join your team.
Yeah.
It's a bunch of them, and a lot of them are missable. So part of the challenge when you're playing the game is collecting all characters. The graphics, I wish they would have done what they're doing with Breath of Fire and used that 2.5 HD graphics that they're using on the Square Enix games, like the Triangle Strategy, Octopath Traveler.
Sure.
I think they could have done something like that. So Dragon Quest, yeah. And I would love to see graphics like that, not the old school graphics with more polished. Would have shown a little bit more work on it.
Dragon Quest III HD 2D remake, and Castlevania Dominus Collection. Yes, also coming. So
yeah, the Castlevania was interesting because we were wondering. We got the GBA collection about 2 to 3 years ago, and then they were like, "Here you go. Here's the DS collection of games." So you've got the other version of I think it's Donna Sorrow. There was Aria Sorrow in the GBA,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
Donna Sorrow is the updated port with the DS that has more stuff. You have Order of Ecclesia and Portrait Ruin. So it was really nice to see. Hey, these games and they're just out now, but there is no physical. If you want physical, you got to go to limited run, unfortunately, and what that means is you're paying 2 times what the game costs just to get it physically.
Here you go, Leah. Sid Meier's Civilization 7.
Yes.
Yeah.
Super excited. Yeah, I was hoping it would come to the Switch because 6 is on the Switch as well. I have the physical copy.
Yeah.
And I think they're probably releasing a physical copy for the Switch as well. The game runs really well, like no issues whatsoever. It's pretty well adapted to the Switch.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm kind of surprised this would run on the Switch, but all right.
It does. Good. It does really well. I was surprised as well because I thought it's going to be a nightmare. But no, it's really easy. Even the controls and selection and running around the map. It works also as a touch screen. So the touch screen function also works in Civilization.
That's much better.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yep.
Is this a game, Leah, that you would like for some gamers might wait until the Switch 2 comes out and play it on a Switch 2 that might run better?
I think it's minimal difference. I don't think if you have the OLED especially, I think it's just gonna run equally well.
Nice.
Get it now, honestly. If you're a fan, don't wait.
Yeah, and the touchscreen, like I prefer to play these types of games on PC where I can use the keyboard and the mouse. But having the option of having a touchscreen actually helps a lot on playing on the Switch, at least for me. And that's
Steam Deck for you.
Yeah, it's Steam Deck as well. Yeah, of course, Steam Deck.
So it's coming to the Switch. Coming to the Switch February 11th of next year. So yeah.
Excited.
Yeah,
it's gonna be good.
Yeah. So, Tales of Grace's F remastered. That's also coming. So.
We had rumors. There was. I've not played that one. I've heard good things of Grace's, but there has been rumors of my favorite of the Tales of series, Zillia, getting ported and getting our like remaster kind of thing. And like when they said Tales of series remastered, I was like, oh come on, and then they're like, I was like, oh, maybe I will check this. Like, I'll check this one out. I don't think this is a day one necessarily pick me up for me, but these Tales of games I do love. There's a lot of charm. There's a lot of fun in these games, and the skits are always a good time to get you just having laugh and good character moments.
Yeah. At the beginning, it said remastered. What did it say? Remastered, like not
remastered project.
Project, right? So that implies that they're going to do more.
Yep, that's kind of the overall.
These Tales games there are a lot of games related with the Tales, and a lot of them are old. Like the most recent one is Tales from Arise, which came out I think 3 years ago. I'm assuming, and
it came out like when around the launch, not too long after the PS5 and Xbox series came out. I think it was early 2021.
Yeah, exactly. And since then, they've been remastering. Like, they're not starting from the first of them all they're doing the opposite. They're going older and older until it seems like until they reach the oldest one. So they'll keep remastering like that. But they'll have to improve a lot of the controllers because the controllers from the older games are clunky for today's standards.
My Sims Cozy Bundle and Five Nights at Freddy's. Yeah.
I'm surprised. Not the Ruin DLC, but like how they're gonna adapt not Ruin, Help Wanted, because that was a VR game. Like, I'm curious for that one. How that's gonna perform on the Switch. Now that's something else.
Yeah. So
Kind of curious for that.
Rune Factory, Guardians. Yes. So, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Good stuff.
Yeah, that looks nice. Okay.
Yeah.
I liked the design on
Guardians
this
of
one.
Azuma. Yeah.
Oh God, I'm tired of facing dragons.
Two problem with dragons.
It's Wukong. Dragons kicking my ass. That's a problem.
Here we go, Carl. Yakuza Kiwami.
There's Kiwami.
Yeah, there you go, Kiwami. First Yakuza game coming to the Switch. So, yeah, good stuff. Yeah.
Well, is it going to be rated R? How's it going to be? It's
M, you mean?
M. It has to be M
Yeah.
because family friendly now.
Well, Yakuza's very friendly, right?
Yeah.
Your
Yeah,
cabaret
Yakuza's a big
clubs, I mean,
family.
whore clubs.
Come on, man. Kiryu.
Oh, come on,
Kiryu is a
you-
stand-up guy. He is.
Yeah, he is.
For sure.
He's no Ichiban.
Yeah.
That friendly face.
Let's forget that Nintendo didn't just release a game about a grisly murder for a smiling man.
Yeah,
Like,
come on. man.
ignore that.
Yeah,
This is
Girl,
interesting, though.
Haruka-chan. Yeah.
For them to start like now, right, to put this franchise on the Switch. Of course, starting with the first one makes sense. I think this will be really big for them, like because Switch 2 is going to come out next year, and they could probably start porting everyone.
All of them.
Yeah.
yeah.
I'm surprised they would start with Kiwami and not just go Zero. Since Zero's
Well, Kiwami is a remastered PS2 game,
Right.
and Zero is a what gen? Was it? I think it was Xbox One, PS4 gen game. I believe.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a bit more work to get on the Switch.
Bro.
Yeah, but it's good. It's good.
Yeah. Looking forward to that, I'm sure. A lot of Switch players out there. Now let's get to the indie world part of the showcases. So Balatro, yeah. So they showed that
Everything
off.
is in Balatro.
Yes.
Like all the indies are in this game.
Yakuza.
All the
Yeah, that
indies.
was very surprising. Like,
Yakuza
No,
Zero
that was so fun.
has a PS3 version.
Wow.
it was
What?
Vampire Survivors.
Yeah.
Gwent,
Hades?
you got your Witcher, Gwent in there, like
Yeah.
Witcher
Yeah, this
3
is
Wild Hunt.
neat.
Yeah.
Not that I'll ever play Balatro.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know what this game is. I've heard of it. People talk about it. It's got great reviews, but it just looks like
Good old Vampire Survivors.
Yeah.
Such a
Great game. 10 out of 10.
Yeah. Good stuff.
Where's the Concord crossover?
We're not
uh,
gonna talk
Carl.
about that
No,
here.
no, yeah.
that's at the State of Play next.
It's getting the level episode, right?
Now this game that's coming October 15th, this is one that I really like here. Is it called Neva? So I'm going to go ahead and play this here. Looks really good. So
Yeah, it's really cool. So this is a studio that did Gris, which
Yeah.
is a really, really good game.
yeah, I'm really
So-
excited for this one. Yeah.
I'm excited too. This was one of the highlights of the presentation for me as well.
Yeah. It's good stuff.
The art looks really fun.
Oh yeah. A beautiful
It
art
has a
style.
wolf is fighting like these creatures.
Yeah.
Oh, and spoiler alert, they said the final boss for this game is a dragon fubu.
Oh no!
This game is on all platforms.
Look.
Also.
Yeah.
Look,
Yeah,
I was talking to a friend. She was playing Dragon Age Inquisition. She was saying, "I'm defeating dragons," and I come defeat mine because mine are kicking my ass. Mine have a sword and thunder and everything.
Next
And
we
she's
have
like, "No."
Coffee Talk Tokyo, and yeah, it's yeah.
Which
Yeah.
makes
I'm sure it'll
sense,
be a
kind of.
fine game, but
Yeah.
this is not a game for me.
Sitting in a cafe in Tokyo and talking to people. So yeah, it should
I
be.
do that. I do that in real life, but it's cafe in Madeira, and I take my friend and we talk about video games all afternoon.
Yeah, and I'm
the
sure
same.
Fubu, you sit in there probably from morning to evening talking with people. I'm sure.
That
So,
gives me an idea. I just got to get a programmer. We get
Yeah.
Fubu to record some dialogue and just coffee talk with Fubu. It's gonna be a hit.
no, you go from the coffee shop to of course the car wash. Yeah, power wash sim or whatever power wash simulator here
We're gonna get Wash Shrek Swamp.
Okay, Burley. Here's the one for you. Here's the one for you and for Leah.
Yeah.
Sea of Stars, Throes of the Watchmaker. So coming spring of 2025. I'll go ahead and show that here. So
really cool.
You know what? But you know what? I'm gonna have to buy this game to play this DLC because when I played the game, they know what they're doing. And when I played this game, it was on PlayStation Plus. I played the hell out of the game. I love that game. It's like my favorite game of last year. Now that I want to continue the story and do more stuff, I'm gonna have to buy the game to do the DLC. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
I was kind of surprised the DLC was free. I was expecting them to charge for the DLC, but that's cool.
Checking to see if it's still on Game Pass. It is still on
Game Pass. They had said like when they were developing this, because like I have a little bit more info because I am part of their Discord and I was a original Kickstarter backer of this game. Like I knew a little bit of this, but they were like, please wait for they were telling us ahead of time, please watch the Nintendo Direct. There's gonna be something there for you. And it's like I love this game. You're getting a new party member. Go back into this world. Free DLC. You know this is just going to be good content. Like if you liked the base game, you know what you're getting into. And I love that whole you running on the train as the train trying to kill you and fighting it. That's very Final Fantasy VI moment. If you played Final Fantasy VI,
maybe you can suplex it. We never know.
I was about to say, please give me a suplex ability and please make that a trophy achievement.
No, I'm hoping this DLC comes to Game Pass too. I mean, because I was playing Sea of Stars on Game Pass, so
it's free DLC.
Free DLC, right?
DLC.
But what you got to hope is that it's still on Game Pass in spring 2025.
No, you just need to buy the game and support the game.
You can do that too.
Yeah.
Exactly.
These types of guys that make these types of games deserve to be supported. Not
exactly. It's Canadian made. Right. We make quality.
Right.
Exactly.
Okay. Next up, Morsels. So coming February 2025 of next year. So Morsels. Date everything.
No, I don't.
Date everything is like a fever dream. Like, what is going on with this game?
I know. Someone was high.
Yeah.
Dude.
What is going on? Like dating the lamp? What do you mean?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Dating the lamp, the only thing bright in your life.
I think I'd rather go back on dating apps like Tinder and stuff than play this.
Date the toilet bowl.
Oh, dude.
That's a possibility because you can literally date
flush
everything.
clean anything.
Yeah.
That was so
Peglin.
bad.
I'm going to shut up. I'm going to get banned.
Now, Peglin is one that I thought was really interesting because it has elements of RPG, but then you have the randomness of hitting the ballies.
Yeah.
And then how many balls you hit determine how strong your attack is, what type of attack you're going to get. So this is a very interesting indie game. I think is one of the most interesting of this presentation. I think I'm going to play this one because this one seems cool.
I think I'll definitely pick this up. Whether or not it's day one or not, I don't know. But this is unique. I love the little design for the little creature that you're playing as. And just all the stuff, the strategy of where you're throwing and the different orbs and pegs you're gonna hit. Like this is a game you're gonna like. I'm gonna just be like, my run failed. Okay, I know I shouldn't play anymore, but I'm going to do it. It's gonna be that Vampire Survivors kind of stretch. Where you're like, I'm gonna play for 15 minutes and 2.5 hours pass by.
Right.
So basically, this is an RPG and a pachinko mix.
Yeah.
So that's kind of the basic concept of Peglin.
Yeah, definitely pachinko. Yeah, inspired. All right. Next up, Wobbly Life. That's coming. Yeah, so it's on the Switch in December. Coming in December. So Pico Part 2. Yeah, Pico Part 2. So and it's already out. So you can go and check that out. So
yeah,
Shovel Knight.
Is good. People
Shovel Knight, Shovel of Hope DX. So, yeah.
Another update to Shovel Knight. I need to actually sit and play the game. I bought it cheap like a couple years ago on Steam. I played a little bit and then just life got in the way.
Yeah.
So it was a good little reminder of like, hey, I have this game. This game has a lot of DLC. Sit down and play it.
It does.
Okay. Exploration Adventure Europa. So yeah. So it's going to be released on October 11th. So yeah. Cuisinier. Yeah. Out in 2025 in January. On Your Tail. And here you go, Carl. Metal Slug Tactics.
There's my
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah,
I was excited that we get to see it again, but still no date. I'm like, they're saying in fall this year. But like, how many times are you gonna show this game?
Oh, it's not like fall. It's not like we're in September tomorrow.
I know, right? We're getting
Yeah.
close.
Well, it is September. Yeah.
But,
Well, for you, yes.
Yes.
I mean, fall technically only starts on like the 21st of September, I think. Until then, it's still summer.
That's semantics.
Yeah.
I played the demo. This game's fantastic. I think it's going to be amazing.
Yeah.
I remember spending so much money at the arcade to play this game.
Yeah.
Not the tactics, but the original scroller.
Medals.
It was so fun to play with me and my friends. So great memories. Really want to try it out as well.
And Fubu, I didn't know you were in a game. Yeah. So Pizza Tower. I mean, come on. It looks like Fubu, man. I mean, come on.
I don't know if that's a compliment or
It
not.
is a compliment. Come on,
It
man.
is.
It is a compliment.
It's
Sorry,
nice to
cool.
meet
Pepino.
you. I
Stuff.
mean,
You're
Yeah.
Fubu
Oh,
the
look at that.
Pepino.
I can't wait to play this game. It looks fun. It looks fun.
So you guys make a little bit more fun of me. My name is Fabio. My real name is Fabio, which is a very Italian name. So maybe it's me
Exactly.
that's there.
There you go.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, this is a definitely, like, you can tell, like, because I remember seeing this game on Kickstarter, and it was just one of the, I don't know why, but I never just jumped on backing it. But it is like a spiritual successor to the Wario Land game, and this looks great. And it's great to see it because it came out last year on Steam. I believe it came to PlayStation, and Xbox, but it didn't come to Switch. But now it finally getting that Switch version.
Yeah, I mean, this was
it
an
looks fun.
internet sensation. Like,
Yeah.
everyone was making gameplays of this.
That's
I can see why. It's an interesting game. Because you do the run, and then you have to go back all the way to the beginning before time runs out. And that's the challenge of Pizza Tower.
And it's out now, so please
Apparently
go and
it's
check it
only
out.
on PC and then now Switch.
Yeah. It's
I
out on
thought
the
it
Switch
had
now.
come to the other platforms, or
I'm not seeing it listed here.
I believe you. I thought it came out on others. I am wrong. I'll admit it.
Pizza
Yes.
Tower.
The Fubu needs to play it and do an extra take for this,
Yeah.
and show
Yes,
him
and
running
I'm
like
gonna-
that.
And I'm gonna get the chef's hat. I'm gonna
Yes.
use that during the fall.
Fubu, it is a compliment because I have Italian in me from my mother's side, of course. She was an Italian chef, so yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. That's fun.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
so you had a lot
yeah.
of pizza then.
Oh yeah, yes. Pizza, linguine, raviolis, lasagnas, all different types of pastas. Yeah, my mother used to own a restaurant, so yeah.
Oh,
Oh, that's cool.
you know,
Pizza
It's a
Tower
long time ago.
since
currently
we're
has
talking
more
about-
players than Concord.
You
Well,
just
I
keep
think we know
bringing up
Carl's gimmick.
Concord, man. It's like Concord is like, it's like
Come on, Carl.
it's
Give it a
his
rest.
highlight of the show this week. Yeah.
Use
stuff.
that meme, Burley. Use that meme from Simpsons. Stop it! It's already dead.
Stop, he's
Yes.
already dead. Or Homer's beating up the hamburger as he's crusty.
Yeah. So that was the Nintendo Partner Direct and the Indie World Showcase. So, last thing about it, what was your game of the two showcases? The game that would be on your checklist, number one on that checklist for you guys. Leah,
For me, it's a good.
Suikoden.
Oh, it starts with me. So, Civilization. for sure,
Civ.
in the first one, and then Neva and Peglin. That's the ones I've gonna check for sure.
Nice. Burley, how about you?
Well, for the partner direct, I will go Suikoden because I've been always wanting to try these games, so getting an easier version to try them. And for the indie direct, mine's not a game, mine's DLC. It's Sea of Stars, to no one's surprise. That DLC.
Yeah, I think for me, that one. Yeah, Sea of Stars for sure. The DLC on that. Yeah. Fubu, yeah.
Yeah, it's Suikoden 1 and 2 and the DLC for Sea of Stars.
Carl, Metal Slug.
Yeah, Metal Slug Tactics, of course, but that's not anything new I didn't already know. So I think the Atelier Yumiya game, that's actually that trailer kind of impressed me, and I've never really looked into this franchise. I'm curious about it.
And then for me, of course, being an indie or retro lover, the Tetris, those games. I mean, I'd love to play those. Just to, play them before I go to bed each night. Just to challenge myself for about 20, 30 minutes. Love those games. So great stuff.
Yeah, I guess Capcom Fighting Collection 2 I'll mention.
Yeah.
Really cool.
That's awesome too. So
Project Justice, man, you cannot get that game anywhere. It's on Dreamcast only,
right?
And the arcade. So
now
you can see it again.
Just I mean, just all these slew of games. So many games. We're probably not even going to get to half of them, but just a great deal of games out there for everybody to try out. So really excited for everything that's coming. So. All right, so that was the Nintendo Partner Direct and the Indie World Showcase. So next up, Japan. Oh, I love Japan. I live here, but man, PlayStation, what are you doing? PS5 prices. Everybody's talking about the PS5 Pro. Oh, the PS5 Pro, it's going to be announced soon. Yeah, well... you might not want the PS5 Pro when you see these new prices that are coming out. So the PS5 price is going up again in Japan. So this is from over at the PlayStation blog on the Japanese side. In Japanese, the PlayStation 5, Nanamon Kyusen 980 yen. That is 79,980 yen. In US dollars, that is $550 US in today's conversion rate.
No.
So, yeah. But, in Japan, that's very, very expensive. So, yeah.
What's minimum wage in Japan?
Minimum wage, it depends on where you live. In Tokyo, it's probably about 1,200, 1,300 yen an hour. Where I live here, it's about 1,000 yen an hour. So depending on where you're working. So.
And what does that translate to in U.S. dollars?
Well, it's about 140 yen to the dollar at the moment. So, or about 145 yen to the dollar. So.
Not interrupting the math, but it's cheaper to
thanks,
get a PS5 here than it is in Japan.
Yeah.
It shouldn't be the case, right?
Yeah.
And considering like the Switch you were saying is like half the price?
Yeah. The Switch is about Sanman Nisen yen. So, it's about $280 or so. Yeah, somewhere in there. I don't have a conversion table at the moment, but
it's okay. So like, what's the strategy here, PlayStation? Like, you're not gonna sell more hardware, but to just by increasing the price, like the whole strategy of like, we're gonna sell this amount of consoles till the end of the year, like that's gone.
Yeah.
I guess.
Well, I saw people talking about how the Japanese yen value is not great right now compared to the U.S. dollar.
Oh, it's terrible. Yeah. It's terrible, and the government has had to intercede to try to bring down, the dollar rate and everything. It's
So this is just them trying to probably balance that.
Yeah, balance it out. But the problem is that you've already got people in Japan here that are skipping the PlayStation 5. I mean, the Switch just dominates. We've talked about that before. I mean, the Switch is the biggest seller. So that's probably going to sell even more Switches now, even before the Switch 2 comes out. I mean, even during the holiday season, with these price increases, they're probably going to have a decrease in sales from what they had last year.
Yeah, I mean, I saw people saying that after this price increase, that like sales of Xbox in Japan were going up, and this was really only based on like, some like stores data or something like that. I don't know, but
well, the Xbox is the Series X is like Gomankyu Senyen, so it's like over $600. Yeah.
So sorry, I lost my train of thought there.
Well, my question to you guys, go ahead, Carl. Go ahead.
I was gonna say like this is just the way things are going. Like these are kind of enthusiast devices now. They're raising prices, which they never did before on consoles. They always used to get cheaper. They're just not gonna care. Like if you want one of these things, you're gonna have to pay a premium, and they're really trying to make a profit now on the hardware more than ever. So I'm like, don't expect the PS5 Pro to be, a reasonable price to most people. Don't expect next gen to be, better priced. Like they're gonna. I almost feel like next gen is just gonna be like, nah, we're just gonna go profit from day one. So like, eat it.
True.
$1,400 console. We're gonna.
No, I'll go back to playing on PC.
So what do you guys think? I mean, is it imminent that the prices will be increased in other regions, like for Fubu and Leah, you out there in Europe, and of course Carl and Burley in North America?
Okay, I'm going to take over.
You're not going to take over, but I'll let you talk. Go ahead.
Thank you.
Please go.
No. I don't think that's going to happen here in Europe. Because here in Europe, we already had a price increase about 2 years ago. Because I got one of the first PlayStation 5s, the first generation of PlayStation 5s. Day one that I got the console, and about 1 year, 2 years, when everything from COVID started lifting up, and new PlayStation started to come out, because there was a lot of search. People were going crazy. You remember the time there were stories about scalping and all that. And at the time when the new batch of PlayStation 5s came out, the PlayStation rose its price. I don't know if it was the stores, it was Sony itself that told to raise the price. But we had a price increase of about, I think it was 50 euros, which is about the amount that we were talking for Japan.
Yeah.
Just adding Fubu. They weren't even selling just the consoles. Like you had to buy them in packs. So that's how I got mine. Like I had to buy a pack that included another remote and 2 games and like a PlayStation Store credit or something. And it's a bargain compared to today. So like, let's put it like that.
And funny story, it was so bad at the time. She got a call. I remember the story because I told her, if I was you, I would have complained. She got the call from the store that she bought she pre-ordered it, and they called her on her birthday. She was working. She didn't pick up. When she was done with her job, she called to the guys and say, "Oh, it's about the PlayStation. Oh, we already sold your PlayStation." They didn't even wait for her to call on the same day. They immediately, she didn't pick up. Skip. Like it was so crazy at the time.
Okay.
And prices rose a lot. So I'm assuming that this time it won't happen here.
Burley, do you think in Canada, Astrobot that's coming, and we're going to be talking about that when we talk about the September games, do you think that could rescue the PS5 even if it has a price increase, say in Canada? Because I don't know if it will save it here in Japan. It might sell some consoles for sure, but I don't know. What do you think?
So that's the thing. Like, I think we could get another price increase. We've had it, and Canada, out of everyone, I think here is the most expensive to buy the PS5. And like they launched over here with the disc version, launched at $630. Before that, nice good old 13% tax on it.
Yeah.
So I think we get an increase. Astrobot will help move some units because I not when it launches, but like I think a month or two in for that holiday bundle, you will get Astrobot in that game PS5 together to try and help move units, especially try and advertise for hey, get this for your family. Got the family bundle, and then they'll have the bundle with the another bundle with a mature game like God of War Ragnarok, Spider-Man 2, Returnal. Well, maybe not Returnal, but other games to try and push for the mature audience. I love Returnal, but I just don't think that would be the big pack-in title when you've got the other big games.
Yeah, I want Housemarque to go back to their roots and go back to twin stick shooters again because those are my favorites.
Another Rezo gun?
Oh yes, yeah. That is amazing. So, Carl, your thoughts? What do you think?
I mean, they don't really raise the prices in America on these things, with the exception of the digital edition, because they were obviously taking a bath on that.
Yeah.
So I don't really expect that.
My question to you all is, what are the prices of the DualSense controller in your regions?
70 euros.
Like 70?
70?
Yeah, 70,
Yeah.
75.
Yeah.
I know that because EAFC is coming out and I'm going to break my controller, so I'm already prepared
Oh,
to buy
okay.
one.
No, EAFC. You're banned from that. I told you.
No, Burley, please, Burley, no.
Oh, no.
Here in Japan, the DualSense is being raised to Ichimon Isen 480 yen. That is about $100 US.
Oof.
What?
Yeah.
a lot.
Yeah.
How much is an Xbox controller? Just buy that. Switch.
Well,
Save yourself some money.
It's around, it's about 90. Yeah,
What?
here in Japan. Yeah.
I'm sure you can get like an
At
older
Yodobashi
one.
camera, it's like maybe Kyusen yen or so. Yeah, it's
Like,
expensive.
they make so many controllers that the older colors are usually a lot cheaper, but they're brand new. I mean,
Yeah.
Over here, they're 101 with tax. But if anyone, Canada is not cheap. Canada's not cheap on this stuff. But if you want to find, like Carl mentioned, the older colors, you get the white ones a couple bucks cheaper and probably get it for about a little under 100. Do that. Do Amazon and do Walmart if you're wanting to save money on a PS5 controller over here in Canada.
it's drowning over there.
Yes.
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 You won't find Carl dead in a Walmart, Burley.
Shock Blue. No, I was in Walmart like the other day. Shock
really?
Blue
Okay.
Xbox controller on Amazon. It's $43.99.
Surprise. I thought you were the Target guy. So,
I mean, I go where I gotta go to save money. So.
All right.
Fair enough.
All right. So, hopefully in the other regions the prices won't increase. But here in Japan, so that's why the Switch is rules supreme, out here. So, we shall see. I'm so interested to see what the price is going to be for the Switch too when it comes out. I think it's going to be close to 400, but we'll see.
400 for sure.
We'll see.
I think it's gonna be more around like 450. Kind of.
If it's only 400 Canadian, sold.
Yeah. It'll probably be 400 US, I assume.
And 700 over here.
Yeah.
Oh god.
Yeah.
All right. So moving
You
on.
don't gotta pay Burley $200 a month. No, sorry, $400 a month in health insurance premiums. Okay.
Yeah.
That's true.
True.
Yeah, that's a nightmare. That's a nightmare that I'm glad is over for me.
Health insurance on my paycheck because my employer only pays $20-something a month at their part. So I pay about $200 a month off my paycheck.
Okay.
It's not.
All right.
We don't have that here.
Yeah. Well, speaking of health, playing a great game that's out now. For some people, they've maybe had issues, maybe not. But Star Wars Outlaws. Let's go ahead and get to that. Star Wars Outlaws review roundup. So I'll go ahead and read some of these, and then we're going to get to Burley here. First, before we do that, I'm going to go ahead and play some of Burley's gameplay from Star Wars Outlaws. So let me go ahead and get that running for you all here.
Spoiler, there may be a petting of animals.
Exactly, yeah. Yeah. So this is from over at Push Square, but this is just a review roundup. Pure Xbox gave it an 8 out of 10. Quote, K-Vess and NIX make a highly competent stealth/death squad. The whole thing looks and sounds great, and you even get to take off from planets, fly into space, and blow stuff up. What it lacks in new mechanics or originality in gameplay, it makes up for with vibes. It's got it where it counts. So that's what Pure Xbox says. PC Gamer gave it a 73 out of 100. I'm just going to go ahead and roll off these. IGN 7 out of 10. Games Radar 3.5 out of 5. Eurogamer gave it a 2 out of 5. They say, quote, Star Wars Outlaws by comparison feels like it's blagging it, much as K can when regularly caught out by some far more worldly syndicate boss. The result is a series of quite painful comparisons. K and company's cameo-ridden non-event is unfortunately left feeling light years behind. So mixed reviews. Burley, your thoughts? You've been playing this. We did the extra take on it. We'll be talking about that during the programming notes. But your assessment and, of course, your assessment of NIX.
NIX is 10 out of 10. Where's the NIX plush, Ubisoft? You know that's where they're really going to make their money on this game, is the NIX plush. Yeah, my thoughts on this. If you want my score, I'll just give it to you right now. It is 6 out of 10. It is a above average game. It has some good ideas, but the execution, it does not land. I understand the forcing of stealth, but in a lot of these stealth sections, you will get caught, and then instead of it's random how it'll do it. It's like, you get caught. Sometimes it'll just give you the thing and say, hey, you've been caught, go back to checkpoint. Other time you'll wait up to 5 minutes for them to say you failed, and then give you've been caught, please go back to checkpoint. So a lot of it is inconsistent, and it's just like, ugh.
And Burley, you played it on the Series S, right?
Yes, yeah. I played this on the Series S. I did the Ubisoft Plus. If you're going to play this game and you have an Xbox or a PC, do Ubisoft Plus. Save yourself the money. This is like over here in Canada, the base edition of this game is $101. I can tell you from what I've played, this game is not $101 worth. The 20-something I paid for the Ubisoft Plus for the month, yeah, I will get my money's worth out of it there, and get my time and value.
And I don't know, Burley, if you know anybody that's playing this on PlayStation, but shout out to Gamerant here. They had a story about PlayStation 5 players being prompted by the publisher to update their game to the latest version and completely restart their progress. So I don't know if you've heard about that.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Oh, I have heard about that, and that is so bad, because if you were one of the ones that paid over $100 US or like 140 or 160 here in Canada or plus for the early access, to get the 3-day early access, to undo all that work you have done, and then that you paid a lot of money to play this game early, to have to be forced because you were on one platform where they didn't test enough and have a bad progression bug like that. That is so bad. Like, if I was one of the people on PlayStation, I would be going to Sony and Ubisoft being like, I want a refund, because now I have to spend all that time, redo everything over again. I'm just like, if it would have happened to me, I just said, I'm done, because I've had that with other games where you have to redo your whole progression, and if you've got quite a bit of hours and you have to redo certain sections of the game you don't like, it's not worth it to me. One thing, if you are going to play this game, go into the settings, go to gameplay, and change the lock picking. So it's not the rhythmic, because it is Simon Says, and if you miss any of it, so if you get, there's 3 prompts, you get 2 of them right, but miss the third, guess what? You got to do all 3 again in the timing. And it's like, when you're on the long lock chains to unlock the lock, you can spend a long time there, and it's just like, I don't feel like doing this. I just want to mash the button a few times, open the lock. Lee has seen my reaction to that.
I just love Burley just getting mauled by these, like indigenous creatures on the planet. Yeah, it's so great. Yeah.
Burley struggled the most with picking the lock, for sure. It was just there for so long. But I have a question for you, Burley. If this was like a complete new IP, it was not associated with Star Wars, do you think people would have been equally harsh on the reviews?
I think they would have been pretty harsh, because there are some aspects of the gameplay, and with some of the like, I haven't had too many of the glitches, but like I was talking about this in the review. I had one section where you had to stealth crouch beside a cart. I was beside it, but there was like a good amount of distance, like more than what my hands are apart. Yep. But it acted like I was beside the cart, and it bumped me. It acted like I walked into it and put me out, and then I got caught. So I had to redo a stealth section. And it's like, there are problems like that, and it's just like frustrating. There are good ideas here, but they needed more time to sit and polish.
I see. Because it's almost felt sometimes like they're being so harsh because it's a Star Wars, and it has to be perfect because it's Star Wars. You know,
I get the mindset on that. I really do.
Yeah, so I'm wondering, like, next year when that big Marvel game comes out, whether that's going to get the same type of reception or not. So,
if it's bad, people are gonna jump on it, like they did to that Avengers game.
Yeah,
because like Eurogamer was really mean. Like 2 out of 5. Like, damn, that's like game is unplayable.
That is people, but like I did hear from early people in some of the PC versions, even people that had major rigs like 4090s and 32 gigs of RAM and like i9s, high Ryzen 7s, Ryzen 9s, and people were having issues. Like I went on the Xbox because it was like, I know with sometimes Ubisoft and PC versions on day one, it's a crapshoot. You're going to either get something that's really good, or you're going to get something where, okay, even though they say it works with this card, it's not well optimized for that. So now I got to spend 10 to 15 minutes playing the graphical settings of changing to get this actually working the way it should be. Okay. And I didn't want to do that. I just want to download the game, have the control ready and play.
Ubisoft Plus, is that on PlayStation? Can you?
No, it's no. Ubisoft Classics is on PlayStation.
Oh, okay.
Yes, they have announced Plus was supposed to come, but that was like announced over a year and a half ago, and who the hell knows when that's coming.
So, okay, Burley, tell me about these stealth missions. That's what I've heard criticism about, that you're doing these like sort of old style classic stealth missions where you get caught, you like reset or something like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
They got a bunch of that in this game.
Yeah, like where I last left off, and we have Chardog, one of my community members, who's also been playing it now. He watched me for like 2 hours. I'm on this Imperial base, and it acts like they give you the illusion that there's multiple paths that you can choose. You start going down these paths, and you realize they're not all really paths you can use. They give you the illusion that it is, and then you end up finding, okay, this is the actual path because this actually has a cart that you're supposed to use and walk beside it, or this has the thing to turn on smoke vents and stuff that you can go hop in and crawl your way through. But like, it's a lot of stealth, and the problem is checkpoints aren't as fair as I think they should be. Like on some of these stealth missions, I literally in one part of the stealth mission I was on, I literally was taking it so slow to move because I was like, okay, I do not. I just got past one section. I'm like, if I have to redo this section, I'm just gonna stop playing for today. And like I was waiting for it, and I keep literally doing the start button to pause to see, because they'll tell you can't just save whenever you want to. Its last save was 27 minutes ago.
Wow.
And it's like, okay, so I don't have a checkpoint, so it's like, frig me. I just do not want to redo all this again. So
Burley, have you sat down and ate with Nix?
no, I have not ate with Nix, but one little thing you can do with Nix that is really cool is if you pull your blaster, and if you point it at Nix, Nick does the lays down on the
plays
ground
dead.
and pretend, plays dead.
Yeah. Good stuff.
So,
I've seen that video, and it's such a dog thing to do. The way like they roll around and fall, it's just like my dog does that all the time. It's so realistic. That's a really nice detail.
Look, I was excited when I first saw this gameplay from this game. I was with Expat when we saw on Summer Games Fest, if I'm remembering it right. I enjoyed it. One of the things that got me really excited was the fact that you were, again, not a space guy. I don't usually like those types of games, but you could do the dogfight in space, and then you can go to the planet, enter the atmosphere, and I'm like, whoa, this is so cool, the loading. And then, like a few days later, or maybe a week later, I was like, what the hell am I going to play on? I have nothing to play. So I went on PS Plus and I said, this is Starlink Battle for Atlas. Like, what's this? This looks like a space game. I'll give it a shot. It's a Ubisoft game. I'll give it a shot. And I started playing the game. And when I started playing the game, I was like, holy cow, this is literally Star Wars. The dogfight in space was literally Star Wars. Then you fall to the planet, you do the tutorial, and then this blew me away. You literally are on the planet, you can lift off, and you do the same exact thing that we saw on Outlaws, where you go through the atmosphere, the clouds, so it does the loading for different areas. And this cut all the interest I had on Outlaws, because I was thinking, this is going to be something different, it's going to be unique. But no, they were reusing assets from that game. They're not being unique, they're copying an older Ubisoft game. Then when it comes to Burley said on the extra take, it's Assassin's Creed in space. Right. No, this is Star Wars.
Assassin's Creed Light in space.
Yes, thank you. This is Star Wars. Star Wars has to be Star Wars. It can't be compared to anything else. It has to be unique because it's a very big brand. And they didn't make it something unique. They went with the ideas. Okay, there's some cute things with Nyx, the world exploration. I love it. It's very beautiful. I like the way that you can explore the world. But it's not a unique game. It's just another game. And when it comes to Star Wars, it has to be unique. And then I saw a lot of things on TikTok. I saw a lot of bugs. But again, I'm in an age that I do understand that with technology, people can fix and can patch up everything. And we have Cyberpunk was a mess. Nowadays, it's a perfectly good game. And so I close my eyes to that. But everyone should be talking like, whoa, Star Wars. That's the game. And I'm not going to spoil this, but another thing that I saw on TikTok that cut, again, the rest of my interest is they could have done something, again, trying to avoid spoilers. They could have done something by itself. He's raising his hand to choke me. I can see his hand.
Go on.
And they could have done something unique, self-contained, but they couldn't resist, and they had to get certain. And that I find like Andor is so good because it's just Andor. They couldn't resist them just being outlaws. They had to connect. I can say more because I'm going to spoil, and I don't want to do that.
Yeah, you don't want to do that, Fubu. Now, my thing is, when it comes to later on down the road, of course, we're going to get patches and everything else and stuff, but when it comes to the DLC that's, obviously going to come for this, could EA and Ubisoft get together and put Cal Kestis into the DLC for Outlaws? What do you think?
Anything is possible with the right amount of money on a deal. It could, but I think EA will steer clear of this, because I'm just going to put out here, with how this game has launched and the feelings and the reviews, and as someone that has put time into this, this is not like Ubisoft isn't doing well. Let's be honest. A lot of their games lately have not been selling. Sad to say, like I love that Prince of Persia game at the beginning of the year, did not sell. So I don't think this game is going. This game's not going to be a hit. This is not going to be Game of the Year contender. It may get it for like music and stuff like that. May get entries there.
I think Assassin's Creed Shadows is going to save Ubisoft this year, though. I think
that's their biggest potential.
That's the big game.
That's their hope.
Yeah, that's why it's coming out like in November, and that's why Outlaws came out at the end of August. So I think Assassin's Creed's going to sell a lot more. I really do.
We're hoping so, because they're not having a good year and they need something to save their lives.
Well, particularly because this version of Assassin's Creed is going to be in Japan. So I think that's going to, help the sales, especially for those people that have wanted an Assassin's Creed game in Japan.
You mean help the sales of Ghost of Tsushima? I mean,
yeah, I'm just hoping people are gonna be like, "Oh, Assassin's Creed Shadow, just play Ghost of Tsushima. It's the same thing but better." I'm just hoping that they don't do that, because I'm really.
Well, there's already people that's saying that, and the game is out.
Well, Assassin's Creed Shadows, buy Ghost of Tsushima, and some of the proceeds should go to the people that are struggling in Kyushu right now, especially and around Tsushima and Iki Islands, which are very close to Kyushu and are, of course, affected by the typhoons. So, yeah. So, Carl, any last thoughts on Outlaws? Anything you want to say on the reviews or anything like that? Yeah.
Yes,
he's trying to put a Concord comment in the middle. That's why it's quiet. I'm thinking.
So let's see. How do I bring it back to Concord now?
You put Nix in Concord, and then it'll probally get some more play.
Concord's like 700%.
Yeah, and then you finally have a cool character. Anyway, reviews are definitely not as strong as I had hoped for this game. The things I've heard about it, there are some things that give me a little bit of pause with this one, but I still feel like I want to play it.
Yeah,
it does seem like a really cool game still. I think it'll still sell really well. Star Wars, it looks fantastic. I think word of mouth isn't really that bad. Like, reviews are not terrible, right? I mean, it's averaging a 77 on Open Critics right now, which is still a good game, right? And I think the general public doesn't really need it to be the greatest game, right? It's got the branding, it's got the look, and it's good, but so yeah.
And over time, it's going to get better. I mean, with patches and everything else. So.
Now, who can you cameo in this in DLC? And then maybe you could put Princess Leia in there,
Mandalorian, come on, people! Like, that's the obvious one.
Well, is that
a young Mando?
Where is he around this time? I don't remember, because it's between.
Well, the Mandalorian series is of course after Return of the Jedi.
Yeah, that's after. So Mando,
like 10 years after. So
might not make
a young Mando.
Yeah. He might be like a teenager still, or very young.
Boba Fett? No.
Yeah, I was just about to say Boba Fett. Yeah.
Boba Fett.
And Charge added in saying they think they need to make more checkpoints because I've lost 20 minutes of progress because of getting caught. Yeah.
Alrighty. So that's our take on Star Wars Outlaws. So and please go and check out our extra take that Burley and I did You see Burley's gameplay, and he talks about the game mechanics and everything in that video. So please go and check out that extra take that we just did recently. So, alrighty. So next up, so Carl, this one, Square Enix. They're poised to bring a lot more of their games to Xbox, and so
they say.
So they say, yeah. So let's go ahead and take a look at that story. So let me go ahead and get some of the Final Fantasy 16 running here. This is from one of the DLCs.
Oh, the extra takes.
Yes.
Yeah, that's from the Leviathan one.
That's right, the Leviathan one. Yeah. So this is from over at IGN. So Final Fantasy 16 producer and 14 director Yoshida Naoki-san has said Square Enix is looking to double down on Xbox releases after its focus on PlayStation exclusivity led to a financial dip. Yoshida told Eurogamer and that Final Fantasy XIV's recent release on Xbox was met with a, quote, really strong response, end quote, and is just the starting point for more Square Enix games to launch on the platform. Quote, with Final Fantasy XIV's release on Xbox, Microsoft Gaming CEO Phil Spencer spent a lot of his time and a lot of effort and put in a lot of hard work into making it reality, end quote, Yoshida said. Quote, so we would like to make the best of that and further deepen the relationship with Xbox gamers moving forward. So Xbox has historically struggled to breach the Japanese video game market, where its two biggest rivals, PlayStation and Nintendo, are based, and Yoshida said that this could dissuade Japanese developers from focusing on Xbox as a platform. So, quote, however, at Square Enix, we have been changing our policy, end quote, he continued. Quote, so now we are moving towards the policy of releasing our games on a multi-platform basis, and we really want as many players as possible to play our titles. With Final Fantasy XIV as a starting point, we do want to release more Square Enix games on Xbox, and there will be more of our titles released on Xbox. So I hope players will look forward to future things to come on the platform, end quote. So, Carl, you might want to mute your mic. Your kid's talking a little bit too loud there. So, so Final Fantasy and Square Enix really wanting to take more of a multi-platform stance and to bring more of their games on Xbox. So, so what do you guys think of this? Carl, I'll start with you. Final Fantasy 16 is coming to PC, as well. So what do you think?
Yeah, it's nice to hear that they want to keep doing this. That Final Fantasy 14 is doing well on Xbox, seemingly. I mean, look, I think people may be shocked to hear that there's a lot of players on Xbox, and they like to play these type of games too. And there's some of these games that Square Enix makes are more console focused. They always have been, and the Xbox console base is more similar to PlayStation than it is to PC, I'd say, for a lot of things. So yeah, you get more of these games out there. Give me that Romancing Saga 2 remake. Why the hell is that one not on Xbox? Come on. That's the one I'm interested in, not on Xbox. Mm-hmm. Maybe TGS will get some announcements of a whole bunch of Square Enix games here. But I think Final Fantasy 16 announcement should happen. Final Fantasy 7 remake will probably happen. Like, they're just starting to see, like, there's money they left on the table, and they just got to do it.
Do you think that some of the titles will come to Game Pass in the near future here?
I think something will. They did it before, back when their relationship was seemingly good, and then something happened, and they, didn't make anything for Xbox for at least a whole year. They just published nothing on Xbox, and now they're back. And they had that major Final Fantasy deal where they put every Final Fantasy game in Game Pass, and then announced Final Fantasy 14, and then it didn't happen for years. So, yeah, of course they'll do it again. That's money right there. Like, it's easy money. If Xbox is willing to throw a lot of money at you for any of these games, I don't see why not.
Yeah. Burley, your thoughts?
Yeah, no, like we knew when they had the start deal of them putting 14 on Xbox, you knew that wasn't going to be the only one. Like, I have a feeling the Pixel remasters will get announced soon enough because you can do that. Whether or not that'll go that one I could see going Game Pass for something like I don't think like FF7 Sony's gonna fight for hell to keep that not going on Xbox, and especially 16. I don't know if it will because Sony fronted the developmental cost on 16. So that one, there could be stuff in agreement saying it can't come to Xbox. So that those two I'm not sure, but like there are some of their other games that are going to come. Like I have feelings Pixel Remaster is going to something that'll just get announced soon here enough saying, hey, Pixel Remaster on Xbox, and hey, we're going to have, it's now live and it's on Game Pass. If you want the physical edition, here you go. Here's the physical edition coming in 3 weeks.
Yeah, it's I would kind of hope that Final Fantasy VII would come to Xbox as well. I mean, maybe like Intergrade or something like that. I mean, get something on there, just to start. But
yeah, they got time. Like I think that what you have to do is before Part 3 comes out, you have to have Part 1 and 2 on Xbox so that you're prepared for Part 3 to be day one on Xbox, PC, and PlayStation, even Switch 2 if you're possible. I don't think that's probably very difficult to do, but you can't have this massive franchise not be everywhere on day one. That's how you make the most money.
Right.
I agree that's how you make the most money, but this is there are deals already in place on these Final Fantasy VII remake games.
Yeah, I mean, look, if there's a deal, there's a deal, and you can't do anything about it, right? But if there
the question is, how long is the deal? How long is the deal? It's like if it's like 10 years or something like that. I mean, yeah, but
and these games are considered system sellers. That's why they want to be exclusive. I'm pretty sure when Final Fantasy VII Remake was announced and to be exclusive on the PlayStation, I'm pretty sure there was some fans that was like, Final Fantasy VII is being remade? Oh, I need to buy a PlayStation 3 or maybe a PlayStation 4. Not sorry, 4 or 5, sorry. PlayStation 4 to play that game, something like that. That's why they want it to be exclusive. I do understand. It sells more games if it's worldwide for everyone. But that's why the Sony, in this case, pays more to Square Enix, so the game is exclusive to them. And when it comes to Final Fantasy 16, just one question before I continue with my argument. PlayStation Final Fantasy 16, it's already out on PC, right?
No, it comes out middle of September.
Yeah,
it's like September 12th or somewhere around there.
Okay,
it's coming in the next couple of weeks. Yeah,
couple of weeks. Because yesterday, or was 2 days ago, by mistake, Final Fantasy 16 was available if you had PlayStation Plus. So probably next month it's going to be out on PlayStation Plus, like they did with Final Fantasy VII Reintegrated. They did that as well before it went to PC. So maybe I'm assuming that they're doing that right now because it's going to come out on PC, and maybe in a few months, maybe it's going to come out on Xbox. I hope so, because it's one hell of a game, and I think everyone needs to play that game. And when it comes to fun, no, brother, please, brother, no.
Leah, your thoughts.
I'll put it like this: if even PlayStation is putting their main titles as PlayStation exclusives, they're moving it to PC. Like, they can't demand that from a studio like Square Enix, right? I think it's okay to have timed exclusives like they do it on Nintendo. But from the moment that PlayStation itself is in a multi-platform strategy, like, they can't just say, no, you can't do that, Square Enix. Just look away. Don't look at what we're doing right now. Look away. So I think for the future, it will be timed exclusives and then multi-platform for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, the bottom line is Square Enix wants to make more money, obviously. So, they're coming to the realization that to do that, they're going to have to put their games on every platform. So, whether it's timed or not. Yeah.
Well, hopefully this means Square's going to start making some better business decisions. You remember they doubled down into crypto, that bit them in the ass. They did all these stuff with like Babylon's Fall and all these
Oh,
bad,
that's the best.
bad games that they were just pumping out and buying and pumping out. And it was like they were
Forspoken.
losing. Forspoken's okay game. I at least beat it. I can say it's okay. I paid very little to get that game, but I can understand why you feel and say that. Yeah, when that thing launched and they were like, yeah, that's $100 game here in Canada.
You know how
I was
much
like,
it is now in Japan at Yodobashi Camera. I saw it the other day in the bargain bin for like 500 yen. And 500 yen is like $5.
Oh,
Oh,
I
nice.
think, yeah, I was gonna say even here in Canada,
Yeah.
it's like a $20 game. You could probably find it cheaper if you look look a little.
Yeah. So anyway, yep, Square Enix. Yeah. So doubling down on Xbox releases. So we'll be looking forward to hearing more about this in the future. So
They're gonna bring Forspoken to Xbox. The 2-year exclusivity is gonna run out January 2025. Coming
And
soon,
then Carl,
guys.
you get to
it'll
enjoy
come to Game Pass.
Forspoken.
Yeah.
Yes, Game Pass.
so lucky.
Yeah. Well, speaking of a game that's unlucky at the moment, so Visions of Mana. Yeah. It's only been out for a couple of days now, but its developer has lost most of its staff and is at risk of a shutdown. So I'm going to go ahead and play the trailer for you, and I'm going to go ahead and read. This is from over at Games Radar. So the latest installment in the Mana series, Visions of Mana, finally released, but it's reported developer Oka Studios has lost most of its staff and is at risk of shutting down altogether. This comes from a report from Bloomberg's Mochizuki Takashi, who claims that, according to sources familiar with the situation, Oka Studios owner NetEase has cut most jobs at the studio, leaving only a few behind. So reportedly, these remaining few will oversee the studio's final games before it winds down for good, as NetEase apparently plans to shut Oku's doors. It's claimed that this comes as both NetEase and Tencent are considering scaling back their investments in Japanese studios following a lack of successful games amid a comeback for the Chinese market. And obviously with the Chinese market, you have, of course, Wukong, that's selling like gangbusters, obviously. Mochizuki adds on Twitter that the situation at Oka hasn't happened overnight, as reportedly NetEase has been making staff cuts at the studio since at least this spring. Neither the studio nor its owner have released a public statement about this. However, let me go ahead and stop this here. However, with the latter telling Bloomberg that it had nothing to announce about the matter. So, Burley, your thoughts on this? Another situation where, more developers are losing their jobs, and these publishers and all are just, doubling their money, basically. I agree with what the Baldur's Gate boss is saying, that is here in the Games Radar article, that these publishers are just layoff happy. They should respect the people that are making the games, and keep these developers in these studios. But your thoughts?
Yeah, no, I agree with you, and it's like the famous thing with Iwata, where he would, instead of laying off people, he's like, I'm just going to take a salary cut. And other high execs took a salary cut, and it's saved, because he's like, you know what? If people are fearing they're going to lose their job, they're not creating well. Yeah, this is sad to see. Like, I know the Mana games sell, but they're not like really big sellers. So it's sad to see, just on the heels of the newest Mana game in how many years, and it's like, oh, yeah, it's come out the day after the story breaks of, hey, they're cutting down more and more people there. And it's like, so even if you support, like, even let's just say the Mana game sells 10 million copies in its first 2 weeks, we'll give it 2 weeks, it's still not going to undo the damage. And it's now anyone that ever goes to that studio to go for a job or anything with NetEase, they're going to be like, to look at a job near or tied with them, they're going to be like, oh, they laid everyone off just a day after the game came out. So am I really going to have a job after the project that I work on releases?
Yeah.
It's really unfortunate. I don't think it has anything to do with this particular game. I mean, I think it was just timing wise. Like, all right, the game's out. We don't really need even more of our staff at this point. You should still support this game if you like this franchise, because Square Enix owns this franchise and they can make this franchise with another developer. It doesn't matter. They don't own this developer. It's not them, choosing to do this. Obviously, I don't know how their relationship is, but it sucks that this game isn't as good as maybe people had hoped. But reviews are decent. Again, 77, just like Star Wars Outlaws. It's got a decent count. If I look at Steam, there's 4,221 players on it. So it's a decent amount of people.
So let me guess, Carl. It has a better score than Concord. Yeah.
I mean, that's like 40 times the players.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
And that's just, this feels like a console focused type audience game, right? So you got to assume PlayStation might have more youth players than that. And this is just current players, right? It's not all people playing.
Right.
Right. That's people playing right this minute on Steam. So Xbox as well. There's this. I'm curious. Square Enix likes to report numbers, so we might hear that they sold 1 million copies or something at some point. Like, I can see it hitting that.
Yeah. Fubu, your thoughts?
First of all, I just want to say to Will, play Trials of Mana. It's really good. I played it when they gave it on PlayStation Plus. Really liked it. That's actually the reason why I was very interested in Vision of Mana, because it goes with the same type of gameplay, the same type of enemies. I did see a connection there, and I did enjoy it. It was a really fun game. This one, again, also very interested, but I don't have the money to buy new games all the time, so I'm gonna have to wait. It is very sad when they lay off people, but it's something. The timing was bad, but it's something that was already programmed, because people, not every place, but the boss didn't arrive. You woke up in a bad mood and said, "I'm gonna fire everyone." No, it was already planned. Like Carl said, everything is done. That's too much people. Of course, with the news this year of a bunch of studios firing people, this is another one firing a lot of people. So it gives them a bad view. That doesn't mean you should not support the game, because if you do like the game, go play the game. Right. The people need to understand there's a gaming side, there's an entrepreneur side. And in this case, we're talking about the entrepreneur, and they need to do something. They're not going to pay money to people if they don't need the people to work. That's life. If that means they don't have another project planned, or maybe they have a project planned that is still in very early development, so they don't need everyone, and maybe in 6 months they will call people back. But of course, the people that are working need to be working. They can't stop for 6 months. So it's very, very tricky. But it's sad. But I hope the people that were laid off find work somewhere else very quick, so they don't have to struggle in life with debts and stuff like that. But it's life.
Yeah, I mean, but the thing is too, though, with all these layoffs, and then having to replace these people, the quality of the development could be severely affected because of this. Depending on because some of these developers that might have been there a long time, I mean, they have a lot of experience in what they're doing, and then they get laid off, and then later on they hire more people that don't have as much experience, and then that is going to hurt the quality of the games that are being released. So
yeah, I mean, long story short, it's kind of mean to be like, congratulations for all your hard work, get fired.
Yeah.
Get out of my building.
Yeah. I mean, what are the severance packages like? I mean, that's what I'd like to know.
That's another thing.
Yeah, another thing.
We'll give you 500 yen and a digital copy of the game. Fine, we'll give you the digital deluxe edition.
Do they do severance packages in China? I don't know.
Probably. I have no idea.
I would hope so. Yeah.
They do in Japan, but still, when it comes to people working, for a long time in one particular company, that's still,
Better ask
still around.
Co-pilot.
So, that's Co-pilot. All right.
See what it tells me.
Very true what Tawil says here. Coming a week out before...
Welcome on in, Tawil. I just wanted to mention that. Go ahead, Burley. Yeah.
Before Astrobot didn't help. And he says, I know there are two different games, but next month he's got Astro and Zelda pre-ordered, and the Nintendo Direct just shadow dropped the Castlevania DS game. So yeah, and it's like you have Outlaws, you have a bunch of competition. I'm sure all this stuff did not help, but like everyone said, this has been planned for months or weeks, and it's just the worst timing.
Right. All right. Well, let's get to some, more, positive news here. Of course, we've got for the three of you, or the four of you, I should say. I'm sorry. September starts tomorrow for the four of you, but it's already September here in Japan. So what the hell? Let's get to it. Big September games we got coming. So lots of cool stuff coming in September. Let's go ahead and jump into this. So this is from over at GameSpot. Shout out to GameSpot here. So I'm going to go through some of the list of the games and then get your guys' comments on what you think and if you're going to be playing some of these games. So yeah, let me go ahead and run down here. So we saw this at the beginning of the episode in the intro, the casting of Frank Stone. So yeah, kind of a mix between the Dark Pictures anthology and Dead by Daylight. So your guys' thoughts on this one? I think it's probably more like Dark Pictures anthology. Do you want someone to die or not? Do you want someone to survive? What do you guys think?
I mean, sounds cool. It kind of looks reminded me a bit of The Quarry and also Until Dawn. From what we've seen. I mean, I think it's about time because they have a really cool engine in Dead by Daylight. So seeing a story-driven game there might work. No, we'll see.
Yeah, good stuff.
Yeah, this game it looks neat, but just it doesn't grasp me. This is something I'll hey, if it's good, and wait for reviews, and if it turns out like it's one of those just those hidden gems you have to play kind of thing, I'll eventually pick it up.
It's kind of coming out a little early too. You would have thought this would come out around Halloween time, but then
end of September, beginning of October would be
beginning of October would be perfect. Yeah. So
yeah, not my type of game, to be honest.
No. Okay. Carl.
Yeah, not for me.
Not for you. Okay. Well, Age. I won't spoil it. Okay, so Age of Mythology Retold. So it's a pick of the week by some of us. I won't say who.
Okay. I thought it was the only one.
Coming out September 4th. So Fubu and Carl, your thoughts on this game? Fubu?
Well, I'm going to go. This is something I was going to say later, but
say it now. Just say it now. Okay. Come on.
A lot of nostalgia. I remember going to my best friend's house to play this because he had this. I didn't have the PC. I got way a little bit later, but he had a PC because he had older brothers, and we would play this game a lot. So I remember having a good time as a teenager at his house, enjoying this game.
So is that Thor there? Is that Thor?
Maybe.
Is that Thor? Yeah, the god of lightning there. I'm just kidding. Go ahead.
And then remember when I got my first PC, I remember the first game that I tried it out. That PC was Age of Mythology, the original one. So yeah, it brings me a lot of nostalgia, and it's a fun game. It's a fun game, especially. And I don't want to relate this, but I just finished seeing today Chaos on Netflix, which is the Gods of Olympus, but nowadays, and it's such a fun series. We can talk about that later. So I do
we can. We can talk about that later, Fubu. Okay. So,
and I do like the mythology thing. So
cool.
That's
all right, Carl, your thoughts? Yeah, I know you're going to play this one, right?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'd like to, of course. Again, time is not a factor for me. I used to like RTS games, and this is one that I actually never played, but I always had interest in. So it's very cool that it's back, and the opportunity is there again.
Nice. All right, let's move on here. So, What the Car? Coming September 5th.
So many games.
Yeah, so many games.
September's massive.
Yeah.
I'm going to put it like this. The list goes on and on and on, but my wallet doesn't stretch. So, from this list, I have 3 games, which is Astrobot, Plucky Squire, and Zelda, and that's it. And I'm done. And my wallet is already crying. Let's be honest.
Come on, you guys! You got to play Hatsune Miku. Yeah. So,
No.
I was gonna say we got expats.
There you go.
A game of September.
You go to Akiba. She's the queen of Akiba, man. Yeah, Hatsune Miku. Yeah. She's everywhere.
Yeah. HR, should I make this my September goal if we get enough subs?
There you go.
I have to buy and stream this.
Yeah, I was just watching the new Legend of Zelda Echoes of Wisdom trailer that they released. It's like 5 minutes of gameplay and stuff. And
that was the final little piece that was missing.
And
that's really cool. I never expected to say the unofficial sequel to Tears of the Kingdom is Zelda Echoes of Wisdom. Because so much was taken from that game.
They got the sword in there that you can it's like a limited time use thing where you can transform into using sword and shield, and she got the Link outfit, and I'm like, oh, cool, all right, I'm back in.
Yeah.
Another NBA 2K we're getting here, so
yeah, more.
These games are obviously in a cheat go and play as Jordan.
Yeah. El Paso elsewhere.
Likeness, man.
There you
Astrobot.
Astrobot. Big one.
Astrobot.
The game of the year.
The game of the year. 10 out of 10.
I'm gonna stream the hell out of this. I ordered a physical edition with this, and from the one outlet that was doing physical editions of this game, you had to pay a little $1 and you got a little Astrobot little plush. So I had to spend.
No way.
That's amazing.
Yes, this I loved the original the game that is on the PS5.
Yeah,
if you have a PS5, you have to play it.
Yeah, it's included. I mean, it's amazing that they put that in there.
I tell everyone that gets a PS5, I was like, you boot the game up, at least give it a half hour to an hour. You will see what the PS5 is capable of. You will know what your DualSense and the adaptive triggers and why you love them when games do use them. And they have said, this game will have the adaptive triggers, will be a heavy part. And I cannot wait to see, because the included game, it's a fair size length for a free little game for a tutorial, but this being a bigger release. And they have said, hey, we have free DLC plans for the next couple of months with this game. So they're going to add, because one of the things with the game on the PS that included on the PS5, they had the speed running mode it added. The last of the 4 extra bots just got released, which was an ape from Ape Escape. So there's so many cameos in here. This is just going to be
Kratos and
Gosha. You got Jin Sakai in one of the Fox on the one trailer.
Yeah,
and it's the boss fights. They're really doing a lot more. And you're going to have some power-ups kind of things with these special fists, more stuff. So this is just, if you loved the included game, Astro's Playroom, I can already just tell you are going to get a lot of value and fun out of this.
And this is not going to be like a bloated demo. I mean, this is going to be a full-fledged game. Yeah. So,
Yes.
Yeah. Can't wait for this.
No, Parappa the Rapper. I can't believe they put Parappa the Rapper in there.
Oh,
That's-
yeah. Gotta put Parappa the Rapper in there. Yeah, so good.
That's amazing.
So good. So, yeah, Astrobot. Yep. So, yeah, got that going. So, yeah, let's go ahead and move on to some of the other games here because Carl is getting restless. And Warhammer 40,000 Space Marine 2. Yeah, so good stuff.
I'm very interested. I've applied for a key. I played the first one way back when I was in college, and I might have another way. I might be talking to someone about getting a copy of this. So, if I do end up getting the copy, either way, I will definitely be making content here for the podcast on this. But this game, just from the insider demos and stuff, and all the trailers they've shown and gameplay dives. This game just looks so good.
Yeah, it looks really
and a
good.
lot of fun.
And gory too. I mean, really gory.
Oh,
but,
yeah.
So it's good stuff.
And
but anyway.
and you gotta love the chainsaw sword.
Oh yeah, that you see here. Yeah, it's so good. Yeah, good stuff. All right, moving on. Yars Rising coming September 10th. So we got that. Yeah. Marvel vs. Capcom. We saw that earlier. So Test Drive Unlimited, Solar Crown.
Oh my god! So Test Drive memories again. Playing Test Drive when I was younger. If they do it Need for Speed style, I think it's going to be a hit. Yeah. I don't know, because if they try to do more realistic like in Gran Turismo, I don't know if it's going to work out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Next up,
I guess they don't have DLC on here. Persona 3 Reload episode, I guess, is September 10th.
Maybe it's low.
That's what I'm looking for.
Yeah. Lollipop Chainsaw Repop. There you go. Yeah.
Lollipop. Oh.
Wild Bastards. Yeah. Great name for a game, right? Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
First person shooter, right?
There you go. Number 12.
Sounds
Yeah. Grapple Dogs Cosmic Canines.
I gotta love the name.
That's
That's gonna be a fun game for sure.
Yeah. Final Fantasy 16 for PC. Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, Chardog is
Yeah,
going nuts here and that.
Yeah. The Plucky Squire.
Plucky Squire,
yeah.
Our indie game of the year, that I cannot wait for.
Yeah.
And since it's launching on the extra tier, and so I don't have to. That's one less game I got to buy. So save some money in the wallet. So this is one I definitely, when day one when this comes out, be playing this.
Yeah. So UFO 50. Okay. Yeah. God of War Ragnarok coming to PC. Yeah.
Okay.
There you go.
Final Fantasy 16 in the war. Boy.
Dead Rising Deluxe Remaster. Yes. So coming on the 19th. Yeah. Frostpunk 2. Frostpunk 2. Good stuff. Yeah. September 20th. Yeah. Tiny Glade. So,
this sounds really fun.
Yeah. Epic
if you
Nordic.
kind of like
looks cute.
building Animal Crossing Sims, this game is for you.
Yep.
This is really fun.
Yeah. Greedfall 2. Greedfall 2, The Dying World, coming on September 14th. Yeah. So.
Yeah, I think that's early access for PC.
It is.
The early access state, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Greedfall 1 was good.
Disney Epic Mickey Rebrushed, September 24th. Coming everywhere. Yeah.
This looks good. I've heard good things about the first Epic Mickey. So it's not something day one I'm getting, but could be a game like early next year, or when you can get this game like half its price. I'll probably pick it up and give it a try.
Nice. Ara History Untold coming to PC on September 24th. Yeah. So, and later to console. Yeah, for sure. So
for sure.
Get your Civ fixed before February, right?
There you go.
Yeah.
Think about it. I'm gonna think about it. Yes. Now we're talking.
Yep. Legend of Zelda: Echoes of Wisdom on the 26th.
So excited. Even Carl is on board now.
It's going to be a 10 out of 10.
Hey, I would not be surprised with how
I would play this
Usually these
over Astro.
Yeah, usually these Zeldas this gameplay for this Zelda usually it's always a hit for Nintendo. So and they're doing something different. First of all, like I said, first time we saw this, very happy that this time Zelda is the main character.
Yeah,
I think
starring
it's a natural
Zelda.
progression. Starring Zelda, she's it's a natural progression for her because it's not something that's forced. They're force choking the fans to eat it. It's something that the fans have been wanting for many years. So I do like that, and she's gonna have her time to shine. And the mechanics completely different from what I've seen from.
I mean, they
Legend of
gave
Zelda
her
game.
Ultra Hand. They gave her was like the fusion. I
Yeah.
think there's something close to Rewind as well. There's like the dungeons, the reminders, like the Dark World. Like
Yeah.
they adopted so much from Tears of the Kingdom. I'm shocked because
Well-
I thought this was gonna be like a Link to the Past, kind of very straightforward.
This is just
dungeon.
me. This is just me. But I think Zelda should have been the main, star of all of the Zelda games. Like Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom, Zelda should have been the star, and been through the game. As a
I
player
agree with
character.
Tears of the Kingdom for sure. I
Yeah.
think there was a chance to kind of shake things up a little bit.
Yep. Yeah.
This
Okay.
is like the alternative version of that.
Fubu.
For Fubu, for you,
You can skip.
come on.
Hey,
Because he knew the hand
FC25.
was coming. That's why he says it.
Yeah.
Yeah. There you go.
no, it's gonna be the same shit every year. So it's gonna be a bad game. I'm gonna lose more hair. I don't have
But
that
you
much,
just
but
got
I'm gonna
Ronaldo. What are you talking about? Ser
I
excited?
know,
He's got the
I know.
card.
but,
It's gonna be a great season. Come on, Fubu. It's almost like
No,
you
the
don't
ga-
like this game.
No, 25. I start from 0. I'm gonna lose the card. So
Yeah. So we've got a ton of games coming. Just like
Yeah,
all
they didn't have DLC because also September 30th, Starfield Shattered Space.
Yep. Shattered Space
Yep.
is coming. Yeah. So the whole list here on GameSpot. So go and check it out there. Yeah. So
It's the precursor to Broketober. Both these 2 months are so stacked.
yes, that's for sure.
Like, I'm not gonna make it to October, so I'll
No.
meet you in like January once I recover or something.
yeah, that's too many games.
I'm gonna regret saying this, but please get Stream of the Packs. That's all. I know Charles is loving hearing that.
No, it's gonna be a packed month, and one of the games that we didn't focus a lot, but I would like because Leah knows I got a big Funko collection. I think Funko Fusion that we saw a few months ago. It's gonna be a very interesting game.
Yeah, for sure. All right. So those are the big games. So many big games. So many games coming in the month of September. So yeah, we're excited to cover them and talk about them here on the podcast. And let us know your thoughts on these games as we play them as we progress through the month of September. So we are getting into the burrs, I call them, the burrs. September, October, November, December. As we get towards the end of the
The
year.
burgers.
I like
The
that.
burrs. Yeah,
Good
the
one.
burrs. Yeah. All right. So now it's time to talk about our picks of the week. So every week here on the Arena Productions, in our podcast, we do our picks of the week from releases.com. So you can check out releases.com and see all of the games that are releasing this coming week. So this coming week for the week of September 2nd through the 8th. So new game releases. So our picks of the week. So Carl, Fubu, who's gonna speak?
Ooh, you can go. You have a lot of reverence for this game, but go ahead.
No, and Carl has the Xbox segment in the wild, so I can take this one. Okay.
Go for it.
Age of Mythology Retold. From the creators of the award-winning Age of Empires franchise, Age of Mythology Retold goes beyond history to a mythical age where gods, monsters, and humans collide, combining the best elements of the beloved Age of Mythology with modern real-time strategy, design, and visuals. Retold is an epic and innovative experience for old and new players alike. Secure your domain, command legendary monsters, and call upon the powers of the gods to crush your enemies. It comes out September 4 on Xbox, Xbox Series X, and PC. So I'm going to use that Xbox 1 month pass that I have to play this. That's what I'm going to do, because it's not coming on PlayStation. But this type of game, it's like I was mentioning before, brings me a lot of memories. You don't usually see good modern RTS games. I don't remember the last one. I haven't played one of these in a very, very long time. I'm probably, again, nostalgia factor, I will probably get this one to play it out when I have some downtime. Again, it's going to be on PC probably, because I don't think, busy as I am, I won't be able to play this in 1 month. So probably I'm going to play it on PC. Maybe it works on the Steam Deck as well. I would love to play that on the go. And yeah, it's going to be a nostalgic kick. And if you like mythology, especially with Greek gods, you'll have a lot of that here. Because as you can see, you have things. You have the volcano back there. It's probably something related, I don't know, maybe with Surtur or maybe with Hades, because it could be something like that. You have that Centurion on the river, because you're not seeing the same image as me. There's a Centurion on the river, a gladiator. So it's going to be very, very fun, and it's going to take my nostalgic kick.
Does Russell Crowe make a cameo as Zeus?
No, probably no. Probably it's going to be a foot soldier. It's going to be Maximus Aurelius.
Yeah.
No, but
I'd rather see him show back up as Maximus.
I'm so looking forward to seeing that film, Gladiator 2. I can't wait to see that.
Yeah.
Looking forward to that.
That'd be cool.
They need to make a reference, like when the game is not, you're not doing your idol, you have a gladiator coming out. Are you not entertained? So that would be like another little link.
Carl, your thoughts on Age of Mythology? Yeah.
I don't really have anything else to say. That's fine.
Okay. All right. Well, our time goes to
Day One Game Pass, if that wasn't said.
Burley, I, and Leah on our pick of the week. It was almost a full consensus, but yeah.
Wait, all three of you picked the same one?
Yes.
Of course, it's Astrobot. Right. What else is it going to be?
Harry Potter Quidditch Champions, September 3rd, all platforms. Okay.
We'll be talking about Hogwarts, the Quidditch Champions too.
Day one in PlayStation Plus, essential, right? Get that game.
Yeah. That's also
right.
Cool. I'll play that.
Okay. So who's gonna read off Astrobot? Go for it.
Me.
Go for it, Leah.
Gear up for a supersized space adventure with Astrobot. Charge into a brand new supersized adventure with Astro across more than 50 exciting and diverse worlds on September 6, 2025, only on PlayStation 5. So there isn't much we can say about Astrobot. I mean, I feel like we said it all up until this point, right?
Yeah.
Just pick it up and play.
Yeah, just pick it up and play. I mean, it's gonna be super fun. I'm really, really excited for it. So, and Burley, I know you are too, and you're gonna be streaming it. So yeah.
Oh yeah, stuff. And when I get that physical edition, I will. Maybe I'll make a little. Should I make it a little unboxing short for the arena, and show them the poster and stuff? Yes, and the plush.
I'd love to see.
Yeah. Like if you play Astro's Playroom, if you love Playroom, just come and get this. I can just tell, like I said earlier, I can just tell they're putting the quality in on this. There's going to be a million references to all games from the PS1 generation all the way to PS5 generation.
Definitely.
That's what I love about it. Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah. And Astro is a character, even though it doesn't really talk, has so much personality, and the reactions with the face and the eyes.
Yeah.
It's so good.
Just make sure you have your dual senses charged, because you use those adaptive triggers, it's gonna it will kill your batteries on your controller. So if you got multiple controllers, keep them charged up and ready to go.
Definitely.
True.
That's for sure.
Definitely. All right, so those are our picks of the week. So you can go over to releases.com. That's www.releases.com, where you can see all the games that are coming out for the week of the 8th through actually the 2nd through the 8th of September, as well as through all of September and beyond. www.releases.com. So please go and check that out. All right. So next up is our Xbox Game Pass Wave 1 for September. So confirmed games. So Carl, take it away. What do we got?
How is this Wave 1 for September? Isn't this like August? Like the last, I don't know. We're talking about the one you got linked here, which is starting August 22nd with Atlas Fallen. And then you have Core Keeper on August 27th. And then it goes into September 3rd for Star Trucker, which is a day one Game Pass game. And then your Black Ops 6 open beta, which is August 30th. That's already running now. People, that is getting access with Game Pass.
Yeah, I think there's really only one game that was confirmed for September so far. I think later on, I think probably next week we'll have more games that are going to be.
There is some already known.
Yeah.
But just wait till next week. On the 3rd they'll do a new drop. No, first week. Actually, what's interesting though, this didn't get highlighted really anywhere, and it's just like a little paragraph. But more games coming to Game Pass Core on August 21st, which is City Skylines, Control Ultimate Edition, and SnowRun.
Yeah.
Neat.
All right.
Leaving Game Pass, Atomic Heart, Guilty Gear Strive, NBA 2K24.
Yeah, nothing lost.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Interesting how when they add to Game Pass Core, they haven't dropped anything yet.
Yeah. All right. Okay. So next up is the PS Plus Essentials. So Burley, take it away. What do we got for PS Plus Essential for September?
Well, we actually have a game launching into the service that's coming up the day of its release. Harry Potter Quidditch Champion. Yeah. So I know a lot of people, when Hogwarts Legacy came out, they were mad you could do the broom flying, but no Quidditch. Here you go. You got a game just full of Quidditch coming to PS4 and PS5. And the next entry, we've got MLB The Show 2024 for PS4 and PS5. Yeah. So yeah, if you're into baseball and MLB, or the MLB Show games, here you go. Here's another one for you. And at the end here, this was surprising to me, because I would have thought this would have been on an October drop. Little Nightmares 2 for both PS4 and PS5. I've wanted to play these games, so great. They gave me 2 free. It would have been better sense to give me 1 free now and 2 next month. So I'm very interested to see what we're going to get in for the October drop. But hey, this is not a bad drop for games. Like MLB The Show may not be my thing, but hey, for those that are into that, hey, you get one of these Quidditch Champions, I will definitely check out and try. Little Nightmares 2, I just don't. I want to play the first one before I go to 2, but I will grab it.
Yeah.
I think you can play 2 without playing 1. They're connected, but they could be seen as separate stories, I think. It doesn't affect the story that much. As far as I remember.
Yeah, I was surprised that we're getting Quidditch champions, on day one. So on Essentials.
Because Hogwarts Legacy had the best quest on the PlayStation version, even though that quest is now going everywhere.
Yeah,
True.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Alrighty. So that's the PS Plus Essential lineup for September. Yeah, it's good stuff. All right. So, next up, let's talk about our programming notes. So here on the Arena Productions, we are not only video game related, but we are also an entertainment and pop culture related content channel. So we got a lot of stuff coming your way, and some videos that we put up this week. But before we get into the entertainment and pop culture related side, we also, as we've been talking about during this episode, Burley and I, we did our extra take on Star Wars Outlaws, so our gameplay review of the game. So please go and check that out as Burley talks about the gameplay elements and the characters within the game. So yeah, so our extra take. So episode 47 of the Arena Extra Take, which is our supplemental series to the podcast here, where we talk about game reviews and dive into them more deeply. So yeah. So Burley, anything you want to say about this video and about Outlaws real quick before we move on?
Yeah, it was a lot of fun sitting there doing it with you, because it's been a while where it's been one of these extra takes where you and I sit down together and trade points back and forth. So it was really nice to do that again. Outlaws, like I said quickly, I really think I say it better, but watch the review to get my full thoughts. But like I say it in there, this is, if you play this game, you really feel this is Assassin's Creed Light, but with the Star Wars skin applied.
Yeah. So please go and check that out, the Arena Extra Take. So it's our Star Wars Outlaws gameplay review. So to the entertainment side, I did a video on a new series coming to Netflix. So Lara Croft, she's returning. So, and this Netflix animated series is going to take place, the timeline is going to be after the trilogy of video games. So Tomb Raider and Rise of the Tomb Raider, Shadow of the Tomb Raider. So after Shadow of the Tomb Raider. So we're getting this new story, and we're not getting Camilla Luddington's voice for Lara Croft. We're getting Haley Atwell's voice for Lara Croft. So please check out my video I did here on this new Netflix series, which is coming in October. Yes, and I will be doing recap and review episodes for each and every episode. So please go and check that out. So are you guys excited for the Lara Croft series, the Tomb Raider series?
Yep. Sounds interesting.
Yeah. I always like to see how our adventure continues, because they can't use the original trilogy from 1, 2, and 3 and Chronicles, because I can say it's over 20 years. She supposedly dies at the end of 3, but it's a bit open-ended, so it's going to be fun to have an in-between, because when you finish Shadow of the Tomb Raider, it implies that it's going to Tomb Raider 1, the original one. No, it started. He was ready to choke me. I'm not going to spoil it. Yeah. It's an old game. Don't worry.
Yeah. So please go and check out that video, and we're looking forward to the Netflix animated series. And last but certainly not least, our Season 2 episodes 1 through 3 recap and discussion of The Rings of Power. So boy, oh boy, Burley, man, this series is amazing so far. I'm really loving what they're doing with it. It's very, very Peter Jackson, Lord of the Rings-esque. The music in it, the visuals, stunning visual effects that they have in this series. The first 3 episodes were super. It was fun to do this with you. And for all of you viewing here on the podcast, please go and check out our discussion. It's about a 40-minute video where we discuss the first 3 episodes and delve into them. Burley, your thoughts?
Oh yeah, no, it was such a good time. We're just sitting there talking, great images. You had the images up, and then if you watch the video, there's a little fun little gag and a little thing about the show and the books if you watch the beginning of the video. So check that beginning of that video. You do not want to skip and miss it.
Yeah. So have you guys watched the first 3 episodes yet? Carl, Leah, Fubu?
Nope.
No, I haven't gotten around to it.
I've seen the first 2. I was about a quarter of the way into the 3rd episode, but I had to stop because we're going to start the podcast. And I'm enjoying it. The production value looks really, really good.
It's super. It's super.
Oh my God.
10 out of 10 on the production value.
Yes.
So good. So good.
Yeah.
The only gripe that this is something that I've seen. Again, I need to put a little brag on something, but the fact that the orcs don't want to go to war because they have their families and their children. I do remember from again the original trilogy, the orcs and all they are produced. They don't mate to have kids. They don't do that. They are produced from what I remember. I could have it wrong, and they're trying to humanize the orcs when in reality they're killing machines. That's the idea. Always when I hear orcs, think killing machines. I don't think about families, and they're trying to humanize them.
Yeah. So anyway, please check out our review and discussion of episodes 1 through 3. Yes. So we'll be doing episodes each week as the series continues. So episode 4 comes out next week, and it continues until October 3rd, I think, is the final episode of the season. So, yeah, please check out our recap of that. So, good stuff. Yeah. Alrighty. So let's talk about the games that we're going to be playing. So this up and coming week. So I'm gonna try to jump into Outlaws this week if I get a chance, depending on all the content stuff that I got to put up this week. But yeah, Burley, I know you're going to be continuing with that, right? And what else are you going to be playing? No.
Yes, another game. Outlaws will be the main game for streaming, but I got gifted another game thanks to the developers in Lurkit with Squirrel with a Gun. So I will be streaming that on Monday.
Nice.
And I also there is an extra take coming for that. And trust me, you're not going to want to miss that extra take when that gets done. And and I will be running it off the Steam Deck. And I can tell you from the brief I just played a little bit on the Steam Deck just to see how it would run on there. Runs great on the Steam Deck.
Nice. All right. Carl, you going to play anything this week?
You know, I haven't even played Tactical Briefs Wizards since the first time when I bought it. Mm-hmm. I just haven't had time. I do want to make sure I get time for that, and then I guess it's like almost two weeks before Persona 3 Reload DLC. So maybe I can get through that game by then. I don't think it's that long. And I'm gonna keep watching My Hero Academia.
Cool.
Oh, nice. Cool.
I'm really into it. It's very much like anime comfort food for me.
Yeah. It's finished out here in Japan now, but yeah.
Yeah, the manga, right? They finished.
Yeah.
The manga,
yeah.
But the anime, I think they still got some to go. But man, it's that type of anime where I'm just like, all right, I love this style, and I love superheroes. I love the earnest, sort of naive, innocent protagonist who's like an underdog, but he's super awesome, Yeah,
good stuff. Leah, what are you going to be playing this week?
Quidditch. And also Astrobot. If I can get it this week, I'm not sure. We'll see.
Yeah, definitely. That's combined with Outlaws for me. So Fubu,
I'm going to be playing Wukong. I'm loving the game. It's very fun. This is going to sound weird. It's a perfect relationship game. Because I've been playing with my girlfriend, and I see bosses as problems in life, and we unite each other to get over the boss. We don't put ourselves like I'm like the coach. I'm like Mr. Miyagi. I'm like, honey, you can do it. Use this trick. And then when she loses, she passes to me, and me and my girlfriend, we are having a blast playing that.
Fubu, have you ever heard of Dr. Phil? Okay, this is not a Dr. Phil program, okay? So I don't want to hear about your
hold on.
relationship status and relationship situations on this podcast, okay?
It's just want to keep us updated. He just loves sharing.
I know. I'm just giving him hell.
I'm getting a good video idea. Fubu, his girlfriend, and one of us acts as Dr. Phil.
Well,
it has to be you, Burley. You're the most similar one.
Well, we know someone who's been visiting Dr. Phil a lot recently, and it definitely isn't Fubu. So yeah. All right. Okay. So that's going to do it for this episode. I want to thank Chardog. Thank you so much for coming in. Really appreciate it. Tuil, always a pleasure to have you in here. Thank you so much. And for everybody that's come, thank you so much for watching. And those of you that watch in video on demand, thank you so much. And we appreciate all your viewing support. Thank you so much. And you can listen to us, of course, over on Spotify as well. So thank you so much. And now it's time to end our show with our indie recording artist spotlight. So each and every week, we spotlight an indie recording artist to support their content. So this week's spotlight is on Milano. Milano's goal is to make people feel uplifted through music. From upbeat electronic bangers to vibey lo-fi instrumentals, there is something in his palette for every mood. So, from his album titled Neon Waves, and the song is called Uptown Get Down. So this has been The Arena, a multi-platform gaming news podcast, episode 184. I've been your host, Expat, along with my co-hosts, Burley of Burleman Gaming and Turn-Based Carl, and our contributors to The Arena Productions, Fubu87 and Leah the Hatless. So thank you so much for joining us, and all of you in America, have a great Labor Day weekend. And enjoy your week of gaming for all of you. So take care, everyone, and enjoy the outro. Peace out.